I'll get started here in a minute. Just want to make sure that people are seeing me. What in the world is that all about? All right, unannounced live stream here. Just wanted to put this article out. I thought I'd make a quick video about this. My wife printed this article out. I'm just going to go ahead and get this thing out here quickly. Anybody else can tune in. Go back and rewatch the part if the beginning part here if you miss it. But interesting thing here, just the ridiculous nonsense of this housing bubble that was created back during the pandemic thing. Housing was crashing in 2019. The pandemic thing came out, and all of a sudden now houses are worth insane amounts. You have to offer $50,000 over the asking price, and just a giant scam. People got so scammed by hedge funds were buying up a lot of the houses. A massive big scam, one of the worst in history. But this thing came out here actually on my birthday this year. But really weird article here. I'm going to go through this very quickly here. The woo-woo agents of real estate. Can unblocking your chakras get you a house? Maybe. Witchcraft in real estate. Before Trish Arcaro, a Maine-based real estate agent, begins a new work week, she pulls cards from her tarot deck, lights a candle, recites a series of affirmations, and holds her sunstone crystal, which helps to foster abundance and joy. She will occasionally burn Palo Santo around a new home for a client in order to clear the space of bad energy before the move-in. When she announces a successful deal on Instagram, she doesn't put sold or purchased on the listing. She puts manifested. Yeah. In Minnesota, an agent and coach called the Commission Queen sells a mug that reads, "Wake up, manifest, sell real estate, repeat." The intuitive realtor healer and agent in Wisconsin offers to unblock your chakras and create in-home altars for manifesting, in addition to a 40-acre piece of land in Prairie du Sac for $1.6 million. An article on the national brokerage site Redfin explains how to, quote, make the energetic leap from renter to homeowner, create a vision board, picture your dream house in your mind before falling asleep every night, light a white or green candle, and anoint it with rosemary oil and a pinch of salt. A 20-year-old TikTok real estate agent suggests tapping your affirmation to your steering wheel as a manifestation hack. It's insane. And it goes on to say, these are the woo-woo agents of real estate, the brokers navigating a wildly unpredictable housing market, not only with vast sets of data or detailed trend predictions, but with a finger on the pulse of the universe itself. They worship the creation and not the creator. In other words, as the Bible condemns in Romans chapter 1. As the country faces unprecedented prices, bidding wars, and all cash offers, they are attuned to energies as well as interest rates, evidence of both how desperate people have become for housing and the ways they are coping with the market's madness. We'll keep going here through this article, but it's interesting because if you understand the whole New Age word of faith movement and whatever, it's very similar to this whole thing here. It's witchcraft is all that it is. Witchcraft, again, if you want a very simple definition of witchcraft, bending, shaping, changing reality. Simple. That's what witchcraft is. They seek to cast spells, they seek to do charms, incantations, burning incense, and all kinds of things to change reality is what they're trying to do. But just insane, why is the real estate market so messed up here in America? Well, a lot of it is because of this. For Arcaro, who goes by Holistic Real Estate Pro, when her clients manage to buy a house, it isn't just at the right price or in the right neighborhood. It is aligned, which means the universe has meant for the client to receive this particular piece of property. She works in the idyllic Bangor area, often with young families who have arrived in the state from big cities. She moved from Los Angeles about 8 years ago. Her own quantum leap in New Age speak. Great, real great. That's what we need in Maine. People coming from Los Angeles to Maine. Yeah. Maine's got plenty of issues with its liberal movement and whatever. The energy they put out there is what helped them attract the house. Our Carter says it's not just because they had good credit and had good timing and all that stuff, though she concedes that home buying requires a blend of business strategy and spiritual practice. If she is working with buyers who are worried about what they can afford, she helps get them into a money mindset. How do you know until you try? Have you looked at your finances? She asks. Have you talked to a lender and seeing what you're pre-approved for? If you're coming from a place of lack and scarcity mode, the universe is going to put you there all the time. So you just believe in yourself, believe in the universe, whatever in the world that means. And you know, it's kind of interesting because the universe has helped these people to buy into a housing market bubble so that they're eventually going to be upside down, probably are right now. What they paid for it and now what it's worth, and so these people, a lot of buyer remorse going around right now. There's lots of articles to show that. um, and so the universe apparently was a little bit deceptive with these people, getting them into houses that they aren't going to be able to afford. It's just ridiculous. But look what it ties into here. This approach to real estate is um, niche or whatever how you say it, but not exactly new. A version of the prosperity gospel, what I said earlier with the charismatic movement, geared toward the audience of selling sunset from failed businessman Napoleon Hill's 1937 book, Think and Grow Rich, one of the first self-help bestsellers. Men shall be lovers of their own self in the end time. To Rhonda Byrne's 2006 Oprah-fueled phenomenon, The Secret, there's a long tradition of American business mystics who marry the accumulation of wealth and success with spirituality. And my wife looked it up here. This Rhonda Byrne's, where did she go to school? She's a Roman Catholic. Huh. You realize how much evil is created by the Roman Catholic Church. I mean, the Big Bang Theory was created by the Roman Catholic Church. Miscegenation, Roman Catholic. Uh, this nonsense here, this prosperity gospel, Roman Catholic Church. You know, I mean, now I know the Vatican doesn't have anything to do with this because the Vatican is not about money. Always remember that. When you wear clothing with gold thread in it and carry around gold stabs and everything else, yeah. So Byrne pushed the notion of the law of attraction into the mainstream. As one practitioner puts it, LOA insists whatever we will believe, we will manifest. If we believe we are going to be poor, we're going to stay poor. The Secret has sold over 35 million copies. It's always funny. Here's the secret to being rich and wealthy is buy my book, so you can make me rich and wealthy. It's funny. And a movie adaptation starring Katie Holmes came out in 2020. In the film, one of the daughters of Holmes's character is able to manifest both a pizza and a pony. That's nice. The Secret has since spawned a cottage industry of business-specific LOA coaching, including books for real estate selling and investing. An agent named Penelope Witchcraft, based in South Carolina, used to be in the spa business before she began selling property and coaching other agents with her mindfulness and real estate company. Those seeking to attract more clients can become a member with access for $19 a month or join a Mindful Agent Circle for $27.49 for a full year. Again, you want to be rich, you want to be wealthy. Okay, then get into this scam or buy this course or whatever else, and you're making somebody else wealthy. Witchlow explains alignment as, quote, your divine connection to the creativity within yourself. Ye can be as gods, knowing good and evil. Yeah. And her job as, quote, helping to move people from one sacred space to the next. Carrie Tamuru, a New York agent with the Corcoran, group, has taught Shamantha Vipassana, whatever, or mindfulness awareness meditation to other real estate agents. The benefits of that in your business, be it dealing with difficult clients or in negotiation, are being keyed into the stuff in between the words. Tamara says, the more present you are, the more clearly you can see those kinds of things. He says this is especially true of his rental clients who face a market in which the vacancy rate is less than 5%. It's very difficult to get a rental, whether you're a broker whether or not a broker. No matter what it is, it's very likely that there are multiple applications for any rental happening right now. So the ability to get flustered is very important. Oh, not get flustered, excuse me. To not get flustered is very important. I had a venture capitalist guy who moved to this area from California, and he was all in his head about. Uh, I'm not going to bother reading that, and it just talks about it didn't materialize and whatever else for him. Um, or the problem is you. If you can't get a home, you're not manifesting hard enough. All you guys out there, all of my viewers, if you're having a hard time buying a house and whatever, or getting a place to rent, whatever, you're not manifesting hard enough. What a bunch of nonsense. I mean, this is what happens when Bible believing Christianity loses its militant spirit. Okay, we're not fighting hard enough. Okay, and I realize there's not many of us and things. I get that. We're in the end times. It's supposed to be like this. I understand, but we really need to start fighting hard. Um, this what a bunch of junk. A bunch of satanic, wicked people. Going around and saying, "Oh, we need to just manifest things," and just I what's the thing? I speak this into existence. I'm going to make this happen and whatever else. You know, and I've seen this. These modern stupid satanic Christians. And they come out and they'll say, I pray this blessing over this, and I'm declaring this will happen. I know it will happen. What about the Lord's will? Ask the Lord and say, whatever your will is, Lord. So, but it goes on down there. So if you don't like it, then I guess you're not manifesting correctly. So, yeah, I love this here too. I had a client who was crying on the phone because she hadn't gotten an offer on her house. Our caller tells me the main market she works in has seen prices go down slightly in the past year. Huh? It's falling off a cliff. It was a real estate bubble that was created during the scamdemic, and it's going to explode. And all these lying devils like this witch, this Arcaro witch down in Bangor, down south of us, she's conning people. They're lying to people. I mean, some of the worst people out there, sorry, but a lot of them are realtors. Okay, they're just lying to people. Oh, your house is worth all this money and everything else. I mean, I've seen houses. There was one south of us here, and it was 175,000 that they paid for it a few years ago. During the whole, within this past year, they had it listed for $549,000. You say, huh? It's all across the country. Why? Bending, shaping, changing reality. That's why. And the poor people that got suckered into buying a home during this whole thing, um, I mean, there were still some deals out there. Whatever. We bought this in 2020 for $30,000, which was a pretty good price. But man, some of the prices people paid for homes, and then you realize, oh, there's actually witchcraft involved in it. Some of the realtors are actually open witches. So, yeah. But speaking of witchcraft, I went over here to my Rumble channel. I'll zoom in here a little bit so you can see a little bit better. And I noticed views on my most recent videos. There's no views, views 0. And I thought, okay, people aren't really watching the videos and things because of, everything's over at YouTube. So I thought, okay, whatever. So I went back a little bit further, and still 0 views 0, going down through, and I thought that's kind of odd, that there's nothing there. And I thought, well, my early videos back, when I was just doing Rumble, there was no YouTube. I thought, well, at least they were getting a lot of views back then. So I went down through here. You can see here's some of them. Views 17,600, 17,100. There's 293 there, 24,000 there, 417 or 472, 14,000, 15,000 views. And I thought, there were some of my really early views were getting up in the 50,000 view range. I'm not monetized or whatever, so it doesn't matter, but it is what it is. And then I started looking at back here in the past, way back, and it's all 0 views again. And I'm thinking, okay, these videos I did for Rumble, I know that there were people that watched them. I remember going back and forth in the comments with people and whatever else, and they're all 0 views. I'm thinking, okay, go to the final page here. Um, I mean, what in the world? 0 views, 0 views, all 0 views on Rumble. So I don't know what in the world. I mean, this one here, the Papal Pandemic Interdict thing, there was over 50,000 views at one point on that one. And you click on it, and 10 comments, only 10 comments, and yet I know for a fact there were a lot more comments on that. So I'm just kind of thinking, so now Rumble is going to start, deleting my views, and I mean, this is been this way for about 2 weeks, I guess. I'd noticed this, and I'm so what in the world? Am I not looking at something correctly? Did anybody in the comments let me know? Um, it's just weird. I mean, what is the deal with just trying to erase me off of the internet? I mean, YouTube has deleted my views over the years, and go to some other channel, brother, some other website like Rumble. It's free there, or BitChute, or one of these others. I go there, they're deleting my views. And I'm thinking, okay, I guess I'm a bigger heretic than I thought, or something. I don't know. Um, uh, yeah. So, I mean, does anybody have any ideas on this thing here? In the comments, just give me your thoughts on it. I mean, is there some setting or something that um I just don't understand. I mean, what? And some of these older videos, they were set to the lowest thing that you could do, share privately or something like this. And the newer ones are more, there's a different setting I have them set on, but the newer ones have 0 views, and these old ones have 0 views when they clearly had lots of views. So I don't know what the deal is, if they're just going through and just deleting all my views and a lot of people's comments or something. I have no idea. So if you had a comment or whatever, back and forth with other people on Rumble, and you get back down the videos, and it's gone, um, well, I'm not doing it. So the censorship apparently is not just YouTube, it's now on Rumble as well. So yeah, but that's it for the video. Just wanted to get that thing out there about the witchcraft deal. I think that's all I needed to cover with this. Hopefully everybody had a good time. If you celebrate Christmas, okay. If not, well, that's fine too. But here's the let me stop sharing here. Okay. Here's the witchcraft woman, Trish Arcaro, into witchcraft and selling real estate. She'll tell you the truth, though. Don't worry. As long as you manifest hard, just make sure that you're manifesting, as hard as you can to get a house. So, but yeah. So, I guess that will be it. I can't stay on here real long. We have to get going pretty soon. But oh well. So, see everybody in upcoming videos, and thank you for watching. And please do keep us in your prayers.